Hello guys, and welcome back to Equi Edge Research, where we share cutting edge insights for you across different sectors, overall economy, and we try to decode some stock market psychologies for you. So, guys, today we are going to talk upon a very important topic that on which or to which the changes or volatility can be also seen in a very important metric of profit and loss statement, rather the first profit margin, that is the gross profit margin. When we look at prices, we will be able to anticipate whether a particular product in a product pool or the company that sells this product in the sector in which it lies is in a state of domination or weakness. With looking at prices, we will be able to understand or anticipate what is the position of the company and how company wants to position itself in the sector on a longer haul. When we talk about companies on a broader basis, we need to understand there are two types of companies. The first one is the monetary based companies, and the second one is value based companies. When we talk about you buy a shirt from a local place or a local shop, that is just a piece of cloth. But when you say you did a buy of a Zara shirt, there is a stature associated with it. There is something aspirational which is associated with it, which justifies the premium price in your mind. See, like we talk, always when someone asks some premium price from you, they justify the reason why actually the premium price is being priced to you. So later on, when we talk about today's topic, we are going to understand how leveraging profits will be getting converted into sustainable growth. मतलब क्या कि जब कोई पर्टिकुलर कंपनी पैसा कमाती है, राइट, वो पैसा कमाने के बाद अपने एसेट्स को, मतलब कि हार्डकोर कैश को कहाँ अलोकेट करती है इज ऑल्सो वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. कंपनी सिर्फ प्रॉफिट को जनरेट करके लाभांश के रूप में अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को दे दे रहा है या फिर कोई एडेड खर्चे कर दे रहा है, दैट शोज इनएफिशिएंसीज ऑफ मैनेजमेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ अलोकेशन ऑफ मनी और अलोकेशन ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स. But when the company allocates its capital into very important capex, मतलब कंपनी केपेक्स करती है और दे ट्राई टू ब्रिंग न्यू plant properties, equipments and stuff like that, that helps to increase the efficiencies of the business, that helps us to create a sustainable growth. Now when we talk about profitability, making profitable sales is sense of art, and based on this art your structure of the company will be get decided, and based on that structure the people will be able to understand and anticipate the valuation of the company, the valuation of stock of the company, and the other things. So, doing profitable sales, why it is important? Why is it important? It is important because doing sales profitably will help you to increase your revenue, market share, or dominance of your product in the market in the longer haul or the longer runs. Why it is said this? हार्वर्ड बिजनेस स्कूल ने एक बहुत अच्छी केस स्टडी करी थी, जिसके अंदर उसने ढूंढा कि जो टॉप कंपनीज है विच आर डूइंग बेस्ट इन द मार्केट्स फ्रॉम द ईयर 1991 टू 2013 और स्टफ लाइक दैट, जिसके ऊपर बेस्ड ऑन वेरियस डिटर्मिनेंट्स उन्होंने कंपनीज को बाइफरकेट किया और उन्होंने रीज़न ये पाया कि देर इज़ अ स्ट्रॉन्ग कोरिलेशन between the profitability of a company and its market share. Later on, McKinsey, later on, Deloitte also came up with the case studies based on which lot of correlations between the profitability of the company and there are between the market share and the revenues, etc. So there is a strong correlation between them. There was a point of time when people used to think that the pricing is something which is an afterthought to the growth strategy. But this is a very big misconception in people's mind. We need to understand that pricing is the stepping stone in the industry in the journey of the growth strategy. You see, very important, pricing is very important when we talk about pricers who are successful and unsuccessful. We need to understand this, that what is something that unsuccessful person is thinking and doing which is not thought by the successful pricer and not done by him. That is cost plus margin model. इसमें प्राइसिंग कैसे करते हैं? जो प्राइजर होता है ये वो सोचता है कि ऐसा कौन सा प्राइस रखूं या फिर ऐसा कौन सा प्राइस पॉइंट है जिसके ऊपर मेरी जो कॉस्ट है वो कवर हो जाए और उसके ऊपर मैं मार्जिन कमा लूँ. फॉर सपोज ये लिप बाम है. ये लिप बाम को बनाने में मुझे 8 रुपये लग रहा है, 2 रुपये का मैंने मार्जिन रखा और मैंने 10 रुपये में बेच दिया. आई हैव 20% ऑफ प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, राइट. लेकिन जो रियली सक्सेसफुल होता है वो टोटली डिफरेंट तरीके से सोचता है. उसकी सोच क्या होती है कि मार्केट में फॉर सपोज ये लिप बाम जो है काफ़ी कंपनीज बना रही है और अब ये जो प्रोडक्ट है ये कमोडिटाइज्ड हो गया है. नाउ द पॉइंट इज हाउ विल यू बी एबल टू जनरेट मोर प्रॉफिट्स एज कंपेयर टू योर पियर्स बाय सेलिंग द सेम प्रोडक्ट. दिस इज अ चैलेंज. सो क्या होता है कि ये जो बहुत तगड़े प्राइजर्स होते हैं ये क्या करते हैं, फर्स्ट दे ट्राई टू एंटिसिपेट व्हाट इज द करंट मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ दिस प्रोडक्ट, दैट इज 10 रुपीज. वो फिर चेक करता है कि उसका पियर्स कितने में बना पा रहा है. सो ही गेट्स टू नो दैट देयर पियर्स आर एबल टू जनरेट इट इन, फॉर सपोज हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन, 80 रुपये उसका प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट है, राइट. अब वो क्या करेगा, जो प्राइजर है वो बोलेगा कि आई विल फाइंड द टारगेट कॉस्ट. उससे पहले वो क्या करेगा कि वो बोलेगा कि मेरे को इसमें से ना 30% प्रॉफिट मार्जिन चाहिए सेलिंग प्राइस के ऊपर. तो करंट मार्केट प्राइस तो 10 ही रुपये है, तो 30 रुपये प्रॉफिट कैसे बनेगा जब उसका जो प्रोडक्शन है वो 70 रुपये में हो जाएगा. सो द कंपनी विल विथ हुक और क्रुक इंक्रीजिंग एफिशिएंसीज फ्रॉम वेंडर्स, गेटिंग रॉ मटेरियल सस्ते में, या फिर डूइंग हुक और क्रुक थिंग्स in order to create or manufacture this lip balm in 70 or 7 rupees, right? In the rest 70%. ये सेम एग्जाम्पल हुआ था टोयोटा के साथ. टोयोटा भी सिमिलर मॉडल पे ही चलता है. टोयोटा क्या करता है, फॉर सपोज टोयोटा को कोई एक नया कार का मॉडल लॉन्च करना है. सो व्हाट इट डज इज इट फर्स्ट ट्राइज टू फाइंड कि कौन से प्राइस पॉइंट पे करना है, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट प्राइस पॉइंट दे ऑल्सो थिंक कि इसके ऊपर मेरे को प्रॉफिट मार्जिन कितना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर उन्होंने प्राइस पॉइंट डिसाइड किया है 10 लाख रुपए का एंड दे वांट कि उनको 2 लाख रुपए जो है प्रॉफिट मार्जिन चाहिए. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, नाउ द इंजीनियर्स विल ट्राई their level best to engineer the same model of car within the budget of that 8 lakh rupees, and that car will be sold in 10 lakh rupees and 2 lakh rupees, मतलब 20% profit margin जो है बनेगा. This is known as target cost. आप टारगेट कॉस्ट को ढूंढते हो और उस टारगेट कॉस्ट के बेसिस के ऊपर अपना प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं. इसको और सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं. फॉर सपोज आप मार्केट में गए, आपको बहुत ज़्यादा भूख लगी है, आपने देखा कि यार मेरे को बर्गर खाना है. नाउ फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फॉर अ हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन, नाउ बर्गर्स आर commoditized products. Everyone or every cafe is selling burgers, and everyone came at a competitive price of ₹100. एक शाना था यार, उसने बोला कि मैं सेम बर्गर में ना जो लोग 20% 30% प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बना रहे हैं, मेरे को 40% बनाना है. So first he thinks about what is the current market price of burger, that is 100 rupees. Then he tries कि मेरे को कितना profit margin चाहिए. He said I want 40% profit margin. So when the product is sold at 100, he wants a profit margin of 40%, that is 40 rupees. Now he has to think how will he be able to produce or manufacture or make that burger within the resources that it do not exit or exceeds above 60 rupees. And then जो final product आता है, that has been sold to you, and he makes a profit margin of 40%. Whatever net margin or gross margin, whatever he has decided with the course of time. Now the second thought process is कि मैं जब एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में ला रहा हूँ जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा इनोवेटिव है, जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा वैल्यूएबल है एज कम्पेयर टू द प्रोडक्ट्स दैट आर बीइंग सोल्ड बाय माय पियर्स, तो हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू sell it to the premium price? So what they think is how will they be able to communicate and justify the value that has been given or that has been associated with the product that the company is selling in the minds of the consumer. When you feel something is sold to you at a higher price, you ask the question why. And when the why in your mind gets justified to the why the premium price has been charged from you, you pay it and the producer will make the profit margins out of it. So we need to understand and the fundamental question of pricing कि एक्चुअल में प्राइसिंग किस बेसिस पे करना है एंड बेस्ड ऑन अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि कंपनीज किस बेसिस पे प्राइसिंग कर रही है वी एज अ इक्विटी रिसर्च एनालिस्ट गेट अ स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड ओवर द कंपनी वेदर these companies will be doing better, will not be doing better. क्योंकि क्या होता है, let us for example we have two different companies. We have a company A and a company B. Now company A is doing business on a 20% profit margin, whereas the company B is doing the same business in 2% profit margin. Now what happens is company A is playing at a premium pricing and the company B is working on the turnovers. मतलब कंपनी बी जब मार्केट साइकिल अच्छी होगी तो बेहतरीन से बेहतरीन टर्नओवर करेगा जिसपे एक अच्छा प्रॉफिटेबल अमाउंट जो है बनता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ मॉनेटरी वाइज, नॉट परसेंटेज वाइज. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट व्हेन द मार्केट साइकिल्स आर नॉट गुड, व्हेन द सेल्स आर नॉट गुड, व्हेन द डिमांड गेट लेस, व्हाट हैपेंस, जो कंपनी टू है ना उसके पास कंपेरेटिवली कैश कम था क्योंकि उसने हमेशा कम मार्जिन पे धंधा किया. So amid tumultuous situations when things are not so good, to survive and thrive without cash is very difficult. Whereas when we talk about the company who was doing business at premium pricing, will not reduce its price even if the sales get reduced. It has the capacity, the balance sheet and the profit and loss statements has the capacity to endure through that one time hit or loss. At the same time, when the company is doing business at a premium margin, the company always had big value capture. You see, when you will be able to create or expand the gap between the production of a particular product and selling price of a particular product, you will win in the markets. Because when you create greater value, that means the cash flows in the company will increase. When the cash flow in the company will increase, the cash in the company increase, the assets also increase, and which makes the profit and loss as well as the balance sheets really healthy, which will be able to endure, of which the company will be able to endure amid global uncertainty or any turbulence. फिर चाहे वो ट्रम्प नया टैरिफ ले आए या फिर कुछ ईरान अमेरिका का वॉर हो जाए, ईरान इजराइल का वॉर हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए. So that is something that is really important. So these were some things, these were some of the questions that how a successful pricer really thinks and how a unsuccessful pricer thinks and make mistakes which he has to pay off with filing the bankruptcy of the company because of weak pricing. You see the concept of first growing the business and then increasing the profitability. Definitely that is why it is said that more often than not this strategy doesn't work. When we talk about Maruti Suzuki India Limited, it opened in India or incorporated in India since 1981. It got first mover advantage. But in the year 1983, when it did coalition with the Suzuki Motors Japan, with an initiative to create compact, sustainable and affordable cars for the people of India, where they were selling the hatchbacks and sedans to the people of India, which were the entry level cars. Later on, after the liberalization in 1991, lot of foreign brands as well as the Indian brands like Mahindra and Tata Motors also emerged. But at the same time, in 2016, when there were changes in the markets where the customer sentiments or the customer requirements changed from hatchbacks to the sports utility vehicles or compact SUVs, then it was very difficult for Maruti Suzuki to create or manufacture a car which is out of the league of its own brand. Where Maruti Suzuki showed an excellent move by launching its premium brand, that is Nexa. और नेक्सा की अम्ब्रेला के नीचे उसने अपने बाकी सारे जो प्रीमियम कार्स थी, प्रीमियम हैचबैक्स थी, उसको मार्केट में पोजीशन किया. सी मारुति सुजुकी इंडिया लिमिटेड गॉट वॉल्यूम्स. But what about the margins? What about the average selling price? What about the increase in average selling price? At the same time, when we talk about Mahindra and Mahindra, who was playing on premium margins, who strongly determined the demand of cars, who controlled the demand of cars in the Indian markets and sold them at a very premium price. The one company who anticipated about the changes of customer preferences from compact to SUVs since 2001 with entry of Scorpio in the Indian markets was something that was done by greatly by Mahindra and Mahindra, which was addressed by Ratan Tata in the year 2011 or 12, addressing its shareholders that where Mahindra and Mahindra is today, we should be there. And post that, I am saying post that, the designs of Tatas, the machines of Tatas, the cars of Tatas. I mean, look at Punch, look at Curve, look at the cars which are newly been launched by the company. They are doing tremendously good. So this is something really we need to understand. It shows the dominance, it shows the pricing power of the company, it shows the company's resilience amid tumultuous situations and stuff like that. So pricing is very necessary. Also, we talked about how pricings really matter, and changes in pricings will lead to the change in a metric of profit and loss statement, that is gross margins. So guys, this was all for today. ऑल्सो व्हेन आई टॉक्ट अबाउट जस्टिफाइंग प्राइस, इसको और थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करें तो फॉर सपोज आप गली के नुक्कड़ पे गए, आपको पीनी है चाय, आपको दिखे देर दो बंदे अलग अलग चाय बेच रहे हैं, एक बंदा है 10 रुपये की चाय बेच रहा है, गुजराती आदमी टिप टॉप एकदम 25 रुपये की चाय बेच रहा है। आपको यार बड़ा अजीब लगा, यार महाराष्ट्र में आदमी गुजराती 25 रुपये की चाय पीस रहा है, इसको जाके उंगली करता हूँ। तो आपने उसको जाके पूछा कि भैया 25 रुपये में चाय क्यों बेच रहा है भाई? Then he comes to you and says, sir, look, I am selling my chai at a premium place. The seat which I am offering and seat where I am serving you the tea is premium. The masala that I am using, the tea leaves that I am using is premium. The cleanliness that I have on my cafe is comparatively very premium to the cafe which is next to me, which is not in fact a cafe. देन आपका माइंड चमकता है कि हाँ यार, ये बंदा बोल तो सही रहा है यार, इसका जो प्रोडक्ट है ये बेटर प्राइस टू जस्टिफाई कर रहा है, आप खरीद लेते हैं। इसका कंक्लूजन क्या निकलता है? हर बार ना कंक्लूजन निकालना बहुत ज़रूरी है। इसका कंक्लूजन ये है कि मार्केट प्राइसेस विल डिसाइड द बिजनेस एंड द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द बिजनेस। लाइक वी टॉक्ड इन द पास्ट, राइट, कि कंपनी स्ट्रक्चर, company's pricing structure will decide how the companies will move. Because what if you give exceptionally great value in the terms of airlines, you won't be able to charge high. Why? You won't be able to charge high because the industry is commoditized at a competitive floor. सब 20% पे, सब 2% पे, सब 5% पे धंधा कर रहे हैं, तो तू कुछ एडिशनल भी दे देगा तो तेरे को धंधा तो वो 5% पे ही करना है। क्यों? वो इसीलिए क्योंकि अगर तू नहीं देगा ना तो कोई दूसरा दे देगा। सो वी ऑल्सो हैव टू लुक एट द competitive structure of the industry, whether the company has monopoly, duopoly, oligopoly और stuff like that. क्योंकि अगर जैसे ऑटोमोटिव सेक्टर ओलिगोपोली है, अब इसमें नेट मार्जिन देखोगे तो यार एट द मैक्स इंडियन कंपनीज का 9-10% जा रहा है, एंड आप हिस्ट्री के अंदर चेक करिए बहुत ज़्यादा था। सो वी ऑल्सो हैव टू थिंक अबाउट दैट, एंड बेस्ड ऑन ऑल दीज फंडामेंटल थिंग्स वी नीड टू चूज अ कंपनी वेयर टू इन्वेस्ट इन और नॉट। आई एम नॉट गिविंग एनी नेम ऑफ द स्टॉक्स वेयर वी नीड टू इन्वेस्ट, बट दिस इज समथिंग really fundamental based on which we have to think whether we need to work or we don't want to work, right? So this was all for today guys. Till then, stay tuned.